Boom! Welcome back to You Know What I'm Saying. I'm Derek. That's me in behind the scene. Well, I want to run this back to you. I want to make this sink in. I've been speaking earlier today, and it's something a friend said to me a long time ago. And it was so simple, but it was so real at the same time. And they said to me, well, what do you want? Or they asked me, well, what do you want? But we're talking about an activity. Like, so what do you want to do? I was like, maybe this and maybe that. Then they were like, well, you're not sure? I was like, not really. So they was like, well, you have to think about what you want. I was like, I don't know. They said, well, if you don't know, then how I know? And when I thought about it, I was just thinking about it today, like, man, that should be like a quote or a statement for life, for real. Because if you don't know what you want, how I know, how your mom know, how your dad know, how your friends know, and this life is cold. Ain't nobody gonna take you by the hand, you know what I'm saying, and say, hey, I got this for you, I got that for you. Nah, after you get a certain age, I would see about after 18, some people lucky about after 21. But typically, by the time 18 roll around, you got to know what you want. You should have figured out what you want, what you plan for your life. You got to start thinking early, real early, because now, it's the computer age, right? Everybody, I mean, you got 16-year-old millionaires, 12-year-old millionaires. So you should be already knowing, you should already know what you want by the time you jump out of high school. Even for those that's going to college. Just because you're going to college, just because you're going to university, that is not necessarily what you want to do. Maybe your peers said, "Oh, I'm going to this university. Can you go with me?" Or we would have so much fun together. Blase, blase, right? Or maybe your family said, "Oh, go do this. Go do this because it's something they want you to do. Or it's your dream for them." You understand what I'm saying? So maybe they wanted you to be a doctor. So their dream was for you to be a doctor. But and you could probably look this in stats, and I don't even know the statistics of this, but I'm just speaking from experience. When you go to a university, after your second year, most people change their major. Most people change their major. You go in, maybe you want to be in marketing. By that first year, you start thinking, oh, this ain't what I want to do. So by that second year, boom, you change your major over to physics or something. I don't know, philosophy. You change your whole major, right? And that happens all the time, all the time. Now, if you're still connected with your parents, it's going to cost them some more money. If you're getting loans from the government, it's going to cost the government money either way. But what I'm saying is, in short, is you need to know what you want. If you don't know, who know? You know what I'm saying? Who know? Nobody can read your mind. Okay, nobody's can get inside your body, get inside your head, and read your mind and say, oh, boom, and there's a button inside that says click, click. Oh, this is what he wants to do, or this is what she wants to do. No, you really have to know what you want to do. And in this world, there's so many things to do. So many things to do. I mean, there's jobs I ain't never even heard of. Like, I never knew that you could be a what was it? What was it? It was like a runner or a skateboarder. It's like you skate from one point to the next, and you get like hundreds of thousands, and you're not even going a whole mile. I forget what it is. What this one guy was doing, I forget what it was. I was like, this is a job. This is a job. This is a career. I think this one person was playing tennis, been playing tennis all his life, right? But all he do is go from one place to the next. Not a professional, not a professional. He just do these short matches, and that's it, and make thousands. I'm like, man, there's so much money out there. Like you have no idea. Even the things I'm talking about right now, these are just things I've heard from people. I have not witnessed them myself, but I have heard from people. Now, but I will say this, because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got 18. So I end up I went to my mother. And she said, "Well, you could be a nurse assistant." At the time, I didn't know what the hell a nurse assistant was, right? So I ended up listening to my mother because she's a nurse. I ended up listening to my mother, so she said, "Well, go be a nurse assistant." What's in California is a certified nurse assistant, a CNA. Man, let me tell you, at that particular time, it wasn't a whole lot of men in that field. So at that time, I ended up going to school for about 6 months. I passed the test, the state exam, the whole nine. But when I finished, let me tell you, that was the hardest job I ever had in my entire life. And I did it for many, many years before I moved on. But it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was something that my mother told me to do, but indirectly forced me to do. So if you don't know what you want to do, how they know, how I know, how she know, how your girlfriend know, how your boyfriend know. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Subscribe.